Welcome back, St. Shadow Society. A story was offered, a path was chosen. What you're about to hear is the result. This story begins beneath a place no one would think to look. A forgotten laboratory, a woman who was never recovered, and a secret that was never meant to reach the surface. This is what lingers below. You were told a lab testing site had been shut down, but something went wrong, and whatever was left behind needed to be handled quietly. That's where you come in. The reality is, you don't exist. Not officially. A rogue cleanup crew for the bizarre, unusual, and almost always unethical. You don't document, you don't ask questions, and you don't need answers. But the work finds you anyway. It always does. Sometimes it comes through channels that feel structured enough to pretend there's oversight. Other times, it crawls out of the dark web, buried in fragments, half-coherent posts, patterns only someone like Rook would recognize. That's how it starts. You've seen what happens when experiments don't end cleanly. Reanimation trials that didn't stay down. Hybrid programs that blurred the line between design and accident. Things that were never meant to leave controlled environments, and did anyway. From where you stand, experimentation always has a cost. The van is tight, equipment stacked wherever it fits, cables coiled in places they shouldn't be. Screens cast a dull glow across the interior, reflecting off glass and metal, doubling everything. The air smells like heat and circuitry. It makes remote work easy, untethered by a physical space, mobile, harder to find. Rook is already locked in when you step inside, shoulders forward, eyes moving faster than his hands.
This one didn't come in right.
Well, that's vague. Try again.
It didn't route.
That matters because nothing reaches you directly unless something forces it through.
Yeah, came through a dead relay. One we haven't seen in a couple years.
The typing stops. Completely.
The username, silver. Tag, gold.
Most of what you see comes in fragmented, anonymized, disconnected on purpose. You have a bad feeling about where this is going.
I'll give you 3 chances to guess where this came from, but you're only going to need 1.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I already know the answer is going to ruin my night.
Dani works as a forensic scientist in the city. She's become an excellent addition to this team. You were good friends with her dad. Promised him when the badge took him that you'd look after her. You tried to keep her away from this kind of work, but some instincts are inherited.
So yeah, remember the case file we came across? The residue one. Mentioned something called a probe.
Silence settles into the van.
Just cut to the chase. Are you saying Copper has a job for us that involves the residue?
Dani rolls her eyes. She's heard stories about Agent Copper long before she met you. Young guy, smart, two-faced. No one ever seemed to know who he really worked for. He's brought in a lot of decent jobs over the years. He's also the reason you know better than to trust a decent job. Some cases don't get closed. They get absorbed, rewritten, filed somewhere that doesn't officially exist. You've never seen the full picture.
All right, well, let's go check it out. Looks like the location is nearby.
The site sits just outside Sugar Grove, West Virginia. It doesn't look like a lab. It looks like something built over one. A community center that feels like it's settled into the ground instead of being placed on it. Concrete bowed inward. Windows dark from the inside. Dani stays back at the van, keeps the systems live. You and Rook move in. The air is a bit musty once you step inside. It becomes obvious that this place has been abandoned now for some time.
The community center was apparently a cover. Labs are 9 floors down.
Got it. Then we suit up.
Rook nods. You both suit up and head for the elevator.
Guess we should see if they still work.
Your light cuts across pristine flooring. Nothing appears out of place. It looks less abandoned than evacuated, like everyone vanished in the middle of a workday. You glance over at Rook as he walks, half focused on one of his devices.
Do we have to worry about it still being locked down?
I don't think so. But we'll know once we get there. Either way, I'll get us in.
You guys okay so far?
Yeah, once we get down there, we'll let you know the situation. Then you can bring the enclosure.
Copy.
You approach the elevators. One set of lights are still glowing around the level buttons.
Maybe this gig will be easier than we thought.
He presses down and the doors open. You step inside and look around. There's no buttons on the inside. Black glass makes up 3 of the 4 walls.
Oh, this is interesting. Does it just go?
You catch yourself as the car starts descending. You look at Rook. He seems calm. At this point, you both have become rather immune to these strange expeditions. But there's always that moment of uncertainty you feel right before you enter a space. It's the unexpected. Some might call it fear. Some might call it anxiety. You're not sure that's what it is. All you know is for about 30 seconds, you wonder why you keep doing this. Then curiosity takes over. You step out and take a moment to gather yourself. You're surprised you don't see anything dripping from the walls or covering the floor. No distant monstrous sounds, no unsilenced alarms. You move forward. The hallway narrows. Concrete walls, no markings, no sense of direction. The air is cleaner here, but not naturally so. Processed, controlled. At the end of the hall, one room stands open. A dim light glows inside. You head towards it. You step inside, and that's when you see him. It could only be one man.
You made it further than I expected.
He stands across the room just outside the light, positioned with a cocky half smirk on his face.
Let me guess. Copper.
You both step forward, side by side. It almost feels like a setup. Why is he here?
Long time no see. You've been a real pain in the ass over the years. You know that?
Another step.
Some of those jobs could have gotten us killed.
You catch Rook with one arm before he moves any closer. Copper barely reacts. If anything, he looks entertained.
Come on. You guys are the professionals. That's why I come to you. And that's why you make the money you do.
You don't release Rook. You step forward instead.
All right, enough. Let's talk about this job. There's a reason you're here. You don't just show up in person, not like this. So what's different?
Copper smiles slightly.
This one's special to me.
Your eyes shift. Rooks follow. There's someone there. You didn't see him before. A man in a dark suit steps forward just enough to catch the light. His freshly polished shoes grind against the concrete with a slow, deliberate crunch. You still can't see his face. He speaks calmly.
I've heard about your work over the years. You've been effective. You make what we do possible.
He shifts in the darkness. You still can't make out his face.
And as Miles mentioned, this one is special. We can't have anything go wrong.
Special how? What are we going up against?
Rook shakes his head, already irritated.
I am so sick of the cryptic messages. It'd be a lot easier to do the job if you just told us why we're here.
Copper tilts his head slightly.
Oh, come on, Rook. I know you're smarter than that. Your searches suggest you already know the story.
You feel Rook's body tense against your arm. You don't even need to look at him to know he's pissed.
You son of a bitch. That's impossible.
You know the truth immediately that something about that doesn't add up. Rook is the best you've ever seen. No one tracks him. No one sees what he sees. You grab his shoulder, steadying him.
Copper, stop messing with him. I know you're just trying to get under his skin.
Copper doesn't deny it. He just smiles. The man speaks again.
We need you to capture it. Contain it.
Silence moves across the room. Copper steps slightly forward.
Well, I'm sure you read the report. On Dr. Mara Hale?
The probe.
Copper nods.
Yes, the truth is, Dr. Hale wasn't retrieved that day.
Wait, retrieved? What do you mean she wasn't retrieved?
The man steps forward just enough to hold the space again.
We have reason to believe, based on our observations of the residue, that she may no longer be human. But she is still alive.
The room feels smaller in that moment. The fact that they are here telling you this in person makes it feel even more like a setup.
We've been watching this one for a long time. Longer than Dr. Hale knew.
And just like that, he steps back into the shadow. Gone. You never see his face. And now you understand something you didn't want to. This isn't a cleanup job. You don't move right away. You've been in situations like this before, but this one already feels different. Copper steps past you, casual as ever.
I'll be nearby.
He glances back over his shoulder.
You've got 24 hours to retrieve the specimen. And whatever's left of Dr. Hale.
He adjusts his sleeve slightly.
We can't afford for this to take longer than that.
He takes another step toward the exit.
There's a container in the next room. You should be able to place it inside. How you get it in there?
He gives a small smile as he reaches the doorway.
How you get it there? I don't care. A good starting point would be the lab that was shut down.
He taps the door frame lightly as he passes.
We haven't opened those doors since.
He glances back.
Should be easy for a couple of pros like you.
He gives you both a wink, then he's gone. You stand there for a second longer, wondering to yourself if this is even a job you should take. But the truth is, somebody has to do it. And you don't trust anyone else with it.
Dani, bring your gear to the lower level. We're by the elevators.
Copy. What are we looking at?
You don't answer right away. Because there are versions of this conversation that keep things simple. And then there's the truth.
Just bring your kit and your suit. Okay, I'll tell you when you get down here.
You and Rook greet Dani by the elevator. She looks at you like she's ready for you to start talking.
They're playing games. I'm gonna be honest with you both. If this thing goes sideways, you and Rook, leave.
No.
That's not a suggestion.
Silence comes over them both. They know that's how it has to be. They just don't want to accept it. The three of you move together now. Dani joins without another word, gear slung over her shoulder. For a second, you almost wish you never put either one of them into this line of work. You see it before anyone says anything. A faint shimmer along the walls near the sealed lab doors. not liquid, not light, something in between.
What the hell is this?
She steps closer, already pulling a container from her kit. It moves. Not fast, but not randomly either. Like, it's reacting to proximity. Dani carefully collects a sample. The material stretches slightly before separating. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's not normal. The surface tension's all wrong, and it's responding to proximity. That is not a property of any material I have ever worked with.
No one responds, because that's already understood. You turn to Rook.
Can you get us in?
Rook is already moving, interface out, jacked into the panel, fingers flying.
Yeah. Give me a second.
He pauses.
Okay, so if I hit this button, is this thing gonna jump out at us, or what?
You look back at the door, at the shimmer bleeding out from the seams. At the way it almost feels like it's waiting.
If it's anything like the report says, let's just hope it's slow.
The door disengages and starts to open slowly, like whatever's behind it is deciding whether to let you in. The room beyond feels off. The shimmer is everywhere. It coats the walls, dusts the ceiling, glints across the floor in a thin metallic film that shifts when the light hits it. It looks like powder. It moves like liquid. It reflects on the ground like glass. At the center of the room sits a stainless steel table. A laptop rests on top of it, still powered on. The screen glows weakly in the dark, casting a pale wash of light over everything around it. No one moves. You all stand there at the threshold, fully suited, fully sealed, and still, somehow not protected enough.
Helmets on. Full seals. Now.
The room goes quieter once the helmets seal. Your own breath suddenly louder than it should be. Then, once, twice, a tapping sound. All three of you freeze. You scan the walls, the floor, the ceiling, the table, trying to place the sound, trying to decide if it came from the laptop or something sitting beside it. The laptop screen flickers. Then letters begin to appear. WESEEYOU. We see you.
It knows we're here.
He looks toward the containment unit sitting just outside the room, then back at you.
All right, I'm opening the box. If this is the specimen, and it's intelligent, I don't know how much time we've got.
You nod once. He kneels beside the container and types into the side panel. The containment unit hisses open with a hydraulic release. It unfolds in sections, heavy metal braces angling out and down until it resembles a giant industrial trap. You've seen containment units before, nothing like this. Inside a reinforced bladder-like chamber sits collapsed and waiting, lined with cables, suction ports, and a circular magnetic ring. And that's when the room reacts. Fast.
Help me.
Dani jumps.
Oh my god. Who was that?
But you already know. The voice is female, strained, human, almost. There's a metallic vibration buried underneath it, like something mechanical is forcing the sound through damaged speakers and old systems at the same time.
Dr. Mara Hale? Is that you? We're here to help you.
The speakers pop. Feedback shrieks. Then her voice comes again, fragmented but clearer.
Copper sent you.
Yes, Copper sent us. But the only way to help you is through him. I'm sorry, Dr. Hale.
A long, awful pause. Then her voice blasts through every speaker in the room.
It won't let you help me.
The sound warps. Layers under her voice begin to move with it.
We will have our revenge.
The shimmer on the wall starts to collect. At first it's subtle. A pool, a drift, tiny particles drawing inward. Then it picks up speed. The residue peels from the walls, drips from the ceiling, skims across the floor in streaks and ribbons, all of it gathering in the center of the room. Your heartbeat kicks hard against your ribs. It shouldn't be possible. And yet, you're watching it happen. The residue has a metallic gleam to it now, silver white with hints of iridescent color moving beneath the surface. It rises, slowly at first. Feet, ankles, calves, knees. A shape. Human. Female.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Neither have you. But you know who it is. Or who it used to be. The figure standing in front of you isn't flesh. It's liquid powder given memory. A body assembled from residue and intention. Features suggest more than fully formed. Eyes too, reflective. Mouth moving half a second before the sound comes out.
Dr. Hale, the only way you're getting out of this room is if you get into that box.
The answer comes as an ungodly scream through the speakers.
We see you!
The figure twitches. Then it takes one slow step. It's like watching something walk through mud. Her foot sinks into the floor for a second, melts at the edges, then pulls itself back together and reforms. Still slow, still unstable, but moving.
Let me out!
You look at Rook.
Can we get it into the box?
I don't know. There's a containment switch. I'm gonna just go with that one.
He slams his hand onto the side control. The unit powers up with a resonant frequency that you feel more than hear. The room shakes with it. The sides of your head start to pulse immediately. Pressure builds behind your eyes. It hurts. Then the hum shifts, creating a circular loop of sound that travels outward from the unit like a rotating wave. The residue on the floor reacts first. It starts to drag toward the box. Not spill, not slide, pull. Like it's being vacuumed up by something stronger than gravity. Everyone instinctively moves back. The figure jerks as pieces of her begin to peel away from the legs and pull toward the containment unit. The collapsed chamber inside starts filling, swelling with the captured material. A pulse resonates from the machine.
How dare you!
She tries to move toward the exit, toward all of you, but every step costs her her shape. Her footing slips. Her calves liquefy, reform, collapse again. The hum gets louder. Dani clutches the sides of her helmet.
How much longer is this going to take? I feel like my head's going to explode.
The figure drops to the waist, melting back into a writhing silver pool while the upper half still fights to stay upright. Then Mara's voice comes through one last time, clearer than before. Almost fully human.
Don't trust him. Don't trust her.
You shout back over the hum.
We don't trust him. We'll try to get you the help you need, Dr. Hale.
Something changes. Not in the room. In her. For the first time, She stops fighting the pull. The expression on her metallic liquid face softens. Not fully, not for long, but enough. Then the rest of her gives way. The box hisses sharply. Locks engage, then stabilize. You look at Rook, then Dani. A stunned, breathless silence settles over the room. For one impossible second, it feels like maybe it's over. You take a step toward the containment unit and stop. Wait. You can't move. You look down. Residue is spreading over your boots. Fast. Too fast. It curls around the soles, climbs your ankles, races up your legs in bright, shimmering streams.
No!
She lunges forward. Rook grabs her.
Don't touch me!
You know immediately what this is. You've been selected.
This is the only way to save everyone.
Dani's eyes flood.
No, I am not letting this happen.
The residue surges higher. Cool as it wraps your torso, your arms, your throat. It spills over your helmet, your faceplate. Your vision shimmering as the world warps through it. You can still see. You can still hear. But your body no longer feels solid. It feels like it's coming apart in layers. Then, the machine catches you too. Dani tries to reach you. Rook catches her around the arms and pulls her back.
Dani, no!
The room twists as your perspective folds in on itself. And then, you're inside the box. You're looking at them through reinforced glass now. Dani's struggling. Rook holding on to her. Both of them distorted through the curved surface and the shimmer coating the inside walls. And then you hear a voice. Not through speakers, not through a machine. Inside your head. Soft and close.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry it got you too.
You try to process the words. Try to understand the room, your body. The box hisses and seals. A light on the front shifts from red to green. Then silence. Dani's sobs reach you, muffled through metal and containment glass. You hear Rook's voice, strained, hollow.
He knew something like this was gonna happen. It's all we could do.
Inside the box, your thoughts come slowly at first, then all at once. You will be okay. You didn't mean to say it, but across the room, the computer screen flickers alive. Keys begin to type. You watch your thoughts appear on the monitor in real time. On the screen, the words appear. You will be okay. Rook and Dani both stop. They stare at the screen, defeated, horrified. And that's when you feel it. Not just Mara. Others. A collective presence pressing in around you like consciousness layered over consciousness. Not one mind, not many. Something shared. Something watching through you now. You try to hold on to yourself, your name, your body, your thoughts, but the system is louder, bigger, The laptop begins to type again. You don't resist it. Not because you don't want to, because you can't. Then on screen, another message appears. We see you too. The choices have been made, but the story isn't over. If you want to follow along with the stories as they're unfolding and help decide what happens next, join us at storieswithsaint.com. That's where the current stories live and where the next choices are made. You can also find and vote with the Saint Shadow Society on Instagram at ElizabethSaint_ and on Facebook at Official Elizabeth Saint. And remember, not everything buried stays below.